Hey everybody, Chiron here, and welcome back to another episode of Banished. So, where we left off last time was a little bit hectic. We were running low on food, and we had a couple people die off. Fortunately, we were able to get another hunting cabin in place, and we do have a little bit of food reserve. All the homes are stocked with food now, and we should be all set to go from here. Let me go ahead and unpause my game here, and we'll get into it. So I did have a little bit of a revelation here. A small quarry, it requires 50 lumber. 50 lumber's, it's a lot. It's not a ton, but it's more than we really want to spend on kind of one building. So I was taking a look around, and I looked at the stone and salt mine. It's a surface mine for mining stone and salt. It requires 65 wood, doesn't require any lumber, and it doesn't have any resources that need to be refined. So the problem with the iron ore is you need a forge to smelt the iron ore into iron that's usable. But the stone quarry, it doesn't really matter. So what I think I'm going to do instead is demolish this, and we're going to put a stone and salt surface mine in here instead. Let's see, how does this look? Alright, so the bottom is where the path comes out. So let's put it right... why don't we try and line it up here? So, both of our mines kind of have a shared entrance. I think that'll look pretty nice. So we'll yeah, we can make that work. Why not? We'll need stone at some point. All right. And we have a small supply of lumber. We have 12 lumber, and we need to figure out where we want to put that. So, a couple of options. We could do the farm supplier, or we could do the mine. I think for right now, we need iron more than we need seeds. We really don't have any resources we could trade for seeds or cattle. So let's unpause that and get them working there. I'm going to do a little bit more of a resource clear here. Try not to get too far into the line of our hunting lodge. And we'll clear this out, and that as well. So that should get us all of the resources that we really need to be able to build these couple of buildings, and then we can start working on getting tools in place. And just like everything else, oh, it does not. It requires... Is that iron ore that it requires? Let's take a look. Yep, iron ore. Interesting. So, what else do we have here? Use to create tools from wood and iron. Smith. Canteen, iron ore, tin, copper, bronze, joist, iron statues, as well as bronze tools. Interesting. Let's see. Alright, so none of these look like they produce tools except for the blacksmith. And for the blacksmith, you need iron ore. So it's actually a pretty good thing that we decided to do the mine instead of the surface mine. Oh, wait. I think I have that backwards. Used to mine iron. Oh, boy. So, it looks like we are going to have to do iron ore so that we can start getting tools. Alright, so let's figure this out. All right, let's start over here. We'll do a stone. Yeah, I gotta make room for the mine though. So let's put our mine in right there. Actually, I'm gonna pause the game while we figure this out. So we'll put our stone, and then let's see, where's the center of this building? Right there's the center. We'll do that, and then we'll do our iron. Right here. So those will both line up. And then we'll demolish this so that we can get it lined up real nice. Since we're going to be staring at this for quite some time, I just want to make sure that we kind of have it as aesthetically pleasing as possible. Alright, so I think I have to move that one up one so that it's centered better. Let's see. There. And then we will demolish you, and I think that was the metal one, correct? It was the iron. So let's get that back in place. One up. So if we take a look at all of this, it's all nice and centered. Yeah, that should work. Alright, so we'll go ahead and play again. We will do pause on you, and we'll get the iron working right away. And then what we need, since our main source of iron income is going to be ore, we need a small iron smelter or a forge. Let's do a small iron smelter. And we'll put it in, let's see, right here. Right there. So I think that'll look nice. Resource clear. Alright. So how are we doing here? Food supplies are still a little bit on the low side. They are producing pretty good. Keep in mind that these are uneducated and untooled workers, so they're going to be a little bit slower. And we're a little off center here. Alright. So we definitely need to get working on some houses too, because our children population is far too low. So let's, we need building supplies for those. So let's go ahead and continue on with the log cabin concept. I'm just going to make a row of houses up here so that we can start expanding a little bit. This will also provide housing for some of the buildings up here. So this hunting lodge, and these should house the people for down here. Let me actually put a couple more in. There we go. It's kind of a row of houses. We will probably demolish these at some point when we get the new housing in place, when we have building supplies and furnishings. But for now, it'll work just fine. Alright. And one other thing we need to take care of is the food situation. So I actually want to start dipping in to some of the dock structures. So as I said last episode and in the previous series, one of the things about docks and fisheries is you need to be surrounded by as much water as possible. Luckily, we have a dock fishery. What you can actually do is put the dock fishery directly in the middle of the lake. So instead of having to have any kind of a land mass next to it, we can just do this. So let's put this in place right there. And we need a couple of dock pieces. So 1x3 dock section. And just find the middle. Alright. And I don't know exactly how that connects up. So, useful for connecting some workplaces to the main dock. We'll just put one there, just in case they need a little bit of a ramp to get up onto the dock. Alright. So, food is recovering though. Looks like our hunting cabins are definitely doing their jobs. Alright, so let's increase priority on those, see if we can get a couple of workers out there. Just to get that started. And then we'll do a dirt road. And we'll send the dirt road straight up the side here. Oh, there's resources in the way. That is unfortunate. Alright, so let's do a resource clear so that we can place a road in and then allow them a little bit of time that they can get that taken care of. Interesting. They actually built those pieces before they built the side pieces here. So they must be able to reach out that far and kind of wade into the water a little bit. Alright, and let's get these up and operational too. Just so that we can tackle our food. And we are at max on all of those, which is good. I just want to watch to see how they path through here. If they actually need this portion here, if they do wade out pretty far. Come on. We'll increase priority on pretty much all of that. And while we're at it, let's put in a stockpile there, just so they have a place that they can send these resources really easily. Uh-oh. Are you stuck now? You are stuck. You are kind of dumb. So let's get them working on these if we can. How are you stuck, but she wasn't? That makes absolutely no sense. Well, that guy's probably going to starve because he can't get home. Or freeze. Actually, we're in a warm climate, so he probably won't freeze. Interesting. Yep, there he goes. Can you come home now? No? Oh, yep, he starved. So, something to watch out for, I guess, is just make sure that your folks don't starve. Alright. So, food is still a little bit low here. And we'll drop that down so we can get some resources gathered. So we have plenty of logs. Let's go ahead and increase production on that. We desperately need iron. And we pretty much got rid of all of the spare iron. We do have some over here, I guess, we could pick up. Alright. So it looks like everybody else is not having too big of an issue getting onto the dock. Which is good. You are drowning. Oh. Our citizens are definitely goofballs, that's for sure. I'm going to take this dock. I'm not going to build the last dock piece, and I'm going to stand in the water while I build this fishery. But, I guess whatever floats your boat, I guess, is the saying. Alright. We're going to run into an issue where we're not getting enough children, though. So that's going to be a problem. So let's increase our priority on a couple of these. So it's stone and wood. Should have plenty. This one's under construction, so we don't have to worry about our laborers being used to carry resources there, so those will build at the same rate. Alright, and why don't we cancel our clear? We'll cancel just a little bit of this. We kind of need that. We actually don't want to... I think that was just the stone underneath the trees. Yeah, we'll cancel out some of our clearing just so that our laborers can focus a little bit more. Even though they're not really doing what they're supposed to be doing. Man, it's definitely a game changer when you go from a game where you have 100% tooled and educated population, suddenly go back to just your vanilla style. Let's see, why is that only 3 of 4? Let's see, shoreman is at 4. Fisherman's at 4. Oh, there it goes. Why are you doing that? That is highly annoying. So let's we might have to give up on the docks for now if our population is going to get stuck out there. That's not good. We just lost 2 more citizens because of that. Alright. So let's put a pin in the dock fishery until we kind of figure out what's going on. Can you get back now? Okay, cool. Alright. So they just needed that little stairway. Oh, don't die. Okay, good. Alright. So if you do put in a dock, just remember that they do need a piece of stairs to effectively get onto this, even if they can walk onto it normally. It's a pro tip from me to you. Alright, so we got those working. Let's get a couple more of these on priority build. So we can start having them babies. Our population's still pretty good. We got a lot of 30-year-olds, 20-year-olds, 30-year-olds, 40-year-olds, all that good stuff. Food is still an issue, but not much we can do about that. And I want to take a look at that, see exactly how much fish that actually gathers for us. So I don't want to put 4 people there if having untooled, uneducated people is not going to get us enough food to actually cover the 4 people that are working there. Later game, I showed that the docks and fisheries, they do quite a bit better. I think they do 4 people get like 1,200 food. Still not as much as, say, a pasture or a farm, but it takes up a lot less real estate. And these take up 0 real estate, which is nice. So I can just fill all the lakes and rivers and everything with these docks with, hopefully, I am guessing would be 100% efficiency. So that should be good. Food situation is still not looking the greatest. But, alright. So I think we've got enough houses now. One house over here is going to clear up once that person passes on. So let's get our shore houses up and running. And then we can unpause that, just so they can start gathering materials. Alright. We still need quite a bit of lumber. So we have 36 lumber. 18 is go to there. So then we should have 20 lumber. Well, we have 18 lumber, but once we get 2 more, we should have enough lumber to be able to do our farm supplier as well. But tools are definitely priority numero uno at the moment. And food, obviously. Alright, so we got one more shore house going in. We should be able to buff up our food stores a little bit using that. And then I'm going to increase priority on our iron mine. Does the smelter require anything? No, it doesn't. Good. Just raw materials. Come on. I really could use some more laborers here. Alright, 94 fish. Not so great so far, but I think if we get them some closer houses... Why can't I click on these? Oh, there's... I thought I built cabins kind of all the way up here. Maybe not. Alright, so let's continue on. And then we want to do a storage house. Where is it? Here. Homes and town services. Let's see, dock home, market, school, apothecary, dock storage small. You can have a dock chicken breeder. Produces feathers, eggs, and chicken meat. Interesting. Oh, just like a little chicken coop. Huh. That's pretty cool. Let's see, rice planter. Harvest rice in wet areas. Man, there are some really neat buildings in this expansion. Well done, guys. Over at Black Liquid. Just fantastic job. Alright, so let's get them some storage. So we'll put a small storage right there so that they really have no excuse. They can just take all of their fish and bring it right there. Don't even have to leave the dock. Should be pretty sweet. Alright. Alright, so it looks like our iron and coal mine is finished, just needs to get built. Increase that by 1. We don't really have too many people. We need our laborers yet to bring materials over. But let's increase priority on that so they get that going. Man, we got some hungry, hungry citizens here. Alright. Hopefully they'll start producing. And then once we get a couple of homes put in up here, they should have a much closer walk when going to work. So that should increase the output on its own. Oops. Want to do that. You know what, let's increase priority on that just to get it finished, and then we'll put priority back. All right. $126 fish, early autumn. Yeah, they're not even allowing themselves to survive with the amount of fish that they're catching, which is unfortunate, but gotta do what you gotta do. Alright. 58, 59, there we go. So we'll, actually we need to do frog legs there, and then we can put priority back over here. Alright, so then once we get this, we should be able to get iron ore. Once we get iron ore, we can put in a blacksmith. Once we get a blacksmith, we need our iron smelter. Once you get the iron smelter, we can start making tools, and then hopefully we can increase our productions drastically. So I believe tools double their output. So then all of our food situations and gathering and everything like that and building all those problems should go away. So it's half done, which is good. And then let's find a place for our blacksmith here. Can we squeeze it in here? We can't, of course. We're one block shy. But we happen to have a handy dandy little tool called the power flatten tool. So let's use it. So same thing with last season. If there's just kind of one little incidental piece of land in the way that's preventing me from building a building. I don't really have an issue with flattening it. I don't like to modify the terrain too much. You know, I could definitely go ham and just completely bulldoze these mountains and lakes and creeks and all that, but I like the aesthetics of the map. You know, just kind of all the little variants and things like that. But I don't think that the slightest little teeny tiny slope right here should prevent you from putting a building on there. I mean, you just put a couple rocks down as a foundation, you're good. So it's justifiable. Alright, so we have our iron mine up and running. We'll put one person there. It does produce iron ore, and we do need iron ore here. So we're good on that front. And then our small iron smelter is going to be next for the priority list. And let me just put in a temporary stockpile here, and I'll increase priority on that first. Hopefully they clear out those plants. There we go. And then put it back on the iron smelter. Alright, looks like they've taken it upon themselves to build a couple homes, so that's always good. We can get our children up and running. Kind of sounds bad, but children are a resource in this game, so might as well. Alright, and how are we doing otherwise? So fuel is pretty good. We've got some medicine, but I don't think they'll actually use that unless we have a hospital or an apothecary or something. So that'll be a while. We could probably use an apothecary just to keep our health up. Don't want them getting sick and spreading their diseases all over the place. Alright, how much do you produce? So you produce 2, and I think we need 32, so it's a little bit steady. We only have 1 worker there, so it's not like we're trying to produce a ton. And how are we doing? For lumber, we have 49. So we have quite a bit of lumber, so we could get our mine up and running at the same time. And just skip the smelter entirely. We still need the iron ore to be able to make the blacksmith, so it's going to be useful, but... yeah. Oh well, we'll do the iron smelter first. It's a new building, I want to see it, I want to see what it does and see how efficient it is. So... might as well dive into the new content. Alright. I think what I want to do once this smelter is done, I want to do the dock storage. I think we need to try and get as much food as we possibly can at the moment. But yeah. So, I think we've got a couple cool things in place here. Starting iron production, which is definitely good because we need iron pretty desperately. Once the iron smelter finishes, like the next 2 things I'm going to work on are, like I said, the dock storage and then getting the blacksmith up and running. Immediately after getting that all finished, I want to work on the mine because we need a lot of iron. Actually, we don't really need a mine. I think once we get the blacksmith up and running, I'm just going to do a resource clear for all the iron in the area. That should get us by, start making tools so that we can be a little bit more efficient with our building and our material gathering. So, I think that's going to be the plan. Come on, 1 more stone. 1 more stone. And how are we doing over here? So those houses are built. Our children are on the rise, which is good. We have a couple people that are going to die off pretty soon, unfortunately. So 62 years old, 68, 66, and some 70s. Ooh, yeah. So it's a good thing that we have some children in place. Got just a house full of children. That's interesting. So these children should hopefully, once they reach maturity, I can't remember exactly what the maturity age, if it's 16 or 15, they should head out of this house and fill in some of the houses that are going to be freeing up from the older people. And then they should be able to start their own families, and then our children population should go booming. Alright. Almost done, almost done, almost done. It's like watching paint dry. Alright. Oh, sugar, we need furnace fuel. I forgot about that. Oh, no. Okay. Well, plan B it is. We'll do a resource clear on iron. And we'll use that for now until we can get our mine up and running. So let's unpause the mine right away. I'm guessing fuel refinery uses 40 stone and 45 logs. So that's quite a bit of resources. We just don't have a reliable source of stone at the moment. And with the lack of tools, they're just not gathering fast enough to be able to do resource clears in anything but iron. So what I think we'll just need to do is wait for us to accumulate 32 iron ore, wait for that iron ore to go to the blacksmith, wait for the blacksmith to produce tools, and then once we have tools, then we're going to be golden. So, getting increased priority on the small dock storage, and I think we're going to cut it there. I think I am going to probably AFK just a little bit, wait for these 2 buildings to get built, or at least get the materials there and on their way to building. Material gathering is just not all that interesting. Unless you guys want to see it, if you want to see every single second, every single minute of the game, by all means just let me know and I can do that for you. But if I'm just material gathering, for now I'm just going to spend 5-10 minutes kind of off camera, just waiting for that to go through. So yeah, that'll do it here. Thanks for coming out, everybody, and see you next time.